Hi, my name is Christopher Pauls from Mare Restaurant in Boston's historic North End, and today I'm going to be preparing shrimp-filled Casconcelli. We're going to start off with 15 ounces of all-purpose flour and 7 ounces of semolina flour. Just kind of mix it around with your hand and add a pinch of salt. To that, I'm going to add 6 whole eggs and 6 egg yolks. Just kind of make a well in the center and put it in the middle. Going to add a dash of extra virgin olive oil and just kind of get messy. Just kind of gradually work in the flour. But don't worry about it too much because you can make a mess and it's just fine. Now, depending on the moisture content of your flour, you might need to add more, or there might be too much flour. It just depends on time of year and the kind of flour it is. So don't worry if you have extra dough that won't get worked in, or if it's too wet, you just add more flour and it's just fine. Well, you just want to knead it right now until it comes together, forms a smooth dough, and then we're going to take it out of the bowl and we're just going to work it so it forms kind of a gluten or a strength to it. Gives it that al dente, that tooth feel that you need with a really nice pasta dough. And this one has a lot of egg in it, so you need that to hold up in the water after you cook it. This one seems a little bit dry, so we'll add a little bit more flour. Now, once the dough is together, you just take it and put it out on the table and work it here. Again, if it sticks to the board too much or the countertop, you can add more flour. Now, this is a really great way to relieve some stress. So you're just kind of rolling and pushing the dough at the same time. You want to stretch it out so it forms a little bit of a gluten in there that helps make it tougher. And you can kind of tell, just like when making a bread, that if you push it down, it'll kind of spring back up, which is something that's going to tell you when it's done and ready to go into the machine. So after about 5 minutes of kneading it, you have the finished dough, and then I usually cut this into 2 pieces, just for shaping, and then you can put it on a bowl and just let it chill in the cooler for about a half hour. And then while it's chilling, you can make your filling. Okay, now while our pasta dough is chilling, we'll make our filling, which is real simple. About 2 cups of chopped shrimp, nice and finely chopped. About a tablespoon of chopped shallots. And about a tablespoon and a half of chopped chives. 1 egg yolk to bind it all together. And just a little salt and pepper to taste. Just get it all mixed together and add a little bit of lemon zest. And that's it. All right, now we're gonna take our chilled pasta dough and kind of roll it out. We've prepared our filling, and all we need to do is get the pasta ready. I just have a mixture of flour and semolina. Just going to roll out the dough. You want to get it kind of square and to be the length of the pasta machine as it enters. That way you don't have any waste. But again, if it's not perfect, don't worry about it, because you can always do it all over again. Now, you don't have to have this big pasta machine. You can use something slightly smaller that you can buy for like $75 in any Williams-Sonoma. And then I just start at the largest setting, which is 10, and then I go by twos down to the 1 setting. It's on a little dial on the side. Now, if the dough sticks to the machine, just a little bit of dusting of flour is the best way to loosen it up. But you don't want to add too much. Now you want your dough to be nice and thin, so it's not too much pasta when you bite into it. But you want it to be thick enough so it doesn't fall apart in the cooking process. That looks about good. Now, I cut it in half this way, and again this way. A little bit of flour, make sure the raviolis don't stick. Just a little sprayer, just water, that's all you need. Moistens up the pasta and makes it stick to itself when you fold it over. I've put the filling in this pastry bag. If you don't have a pastry bag at home, you can always use a Ziploc bag and just cut the corner off. Just makes it easier to fill. Now you just want to put maybe like a nickel-sized dollop just in the middle of your pasta. Try to keep them about an inch away from each other. Now, this is a tricky part. Just fold it over gently, just in half. Like that. Now, it's important to get the air out of the little pillow parts here. So just going from one way to the other, kind of smooth out the pasta around the filling and push it out of the pasta. So you have that. Now you take a little ring mold and just cut like half moon size shapes. A little ravioli. Now you could stop there, which actually they look pretty cool, but we like to fold them over, squeeze both ends so it stands up, and then just put your finger in the center so it looks kind of like a little wing nut. All right, now we're ready to cook our shrimp-filled Casconcelli. First, we'll put them in boiling salted water for about 3.5 minutes. The best way to tell if they're done is just take one out and eat it. Now they are raw shrimp, so you want to make sure that they're cooked all the way through. While the Casconcelli are cooking, we'll start our sauce, which is just brown butter and sage. Real simple sauce, but always tastes really great. Definitely a crowd pleaser. Start with a cool pan. Just kind of shake it around. Add a little bit of salt, pepper for flavor. Now you can prepare this sauce ahead of time, it stays just fine. When all the butter's melted and it's frothing like that, you can add in a little bit of sage leaves. And turn on the heat a little bit. Now, you don't have to just use this sauce for this ravioli. This ravioli goes well with a lot of sauces. Any white sauce is fantastic, even a light red sauce. Just nothing too heavy to overpower the shrimp. That sauce looks good. Our ravioli should be done. Now, this is a great thing to have in your kitchen, a little spider. You can use any kind of strainer, basket strainer, but it's a good way to bring the gnocchis out real gently, or the pastas out real gently, without breaking them up, because they can be kind of delicate. Now this pasta is great if you want to serve it for hors d'oeuvres even, because they have these little cool handles on the sides that you can actually pick them up and push them into your mouth, so it's good for entertaining also. Now we'll just line them up. And just spoon the sauce over. You'll see that little dimple on the top is nice because it holds in the sauce a little bit on the top to keep it nice and moist. Finish it with a little grated Parmesan cheese. And just a squeeze of lemon. And there you have it, shrimp-filled Casconcelli.